Brazil is known for its passion for football, vibrant dances, and stunning tropical landscapes, making it an appealing destination for many. This country offers unique experiences, from a population where women slightly outnumber men to cultural taboos that might surprise you, whether it's the way certain foods are eaten, gestures that carry unexpected meanings, or even the significance of particular colors. Interested? Stick around as we explore the hidden cultural layers of this fascinating country. We will introduce you to Noiva do Cordeiro, a town in southeastern Brazil, located about 90 kilometers from Belo Horizonte. What's remarkable about this place? It's almost entirely populated by women. Over 90% of its population is female, with about 600 women in total, and 300 of them are unmarried and of working age. In Noiva do Cordeiro, most men are either married or working outside the town, leaving the women to run everything themselves. They handle everything from farming and construction to religious duties, creating a prosperous, self-sustaining community without relying on men. However, due to the shortage of men, some of the women have invited single men to come live in their town. But here's the twist: these women have high standards. Men who want to join must be prepared for true equality, meaning they'll need to help with household chores like cooking, cleaning, and laundry. It's not just about finding a wife, it's about sharing the load equally. Despite their independence, many women still long for companionship. When news about the town spread, many men were intrigued. But Noiva do Cordeiro remains a unique place where female empowerment and the search for balance coexist. I think you could meet their expectations? Let us know in the comments below. Brazil is known for its vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes, but certain aspects of its society leave outsiders stunned. One of the most surprising things? The country's approach to clothing optional beaches. While Brazilian authorities are incredibly strict about acts considered inappropriate or offensive in public, they simultaneously allow clothing optional beaches to operate with remarkable ease. It might sound contradictory, but in Brazil, this coexistence makes perfect sense. Did you know that Brazil has up to 8 official clothing optional beaches spread across 5 states? These beaches can be found in Paraíba, Bahia, Espírito Santo, Rio de Janeiro, and Santa Catarina. The most famous of them all is Praia do Tambaba, located in Paraíba. Praia do Tambaba has been a cornerstone of the free body culture since the year 1991, and its striking landscapes often catch tourists off guard. Visitors who are unfamiliar with the concept of these beaches may find it shocking at first, but for Brazilians, it's all part of normal beach life. But here's the catch: even on a clothing optional beach, there are rules. Respecting people's privacy is a top priority. Tourists may not be aware that taking photos or videos of others without permission is a big no-no. Just as you wouldn't want your privacy invaded, the same respect is expected on these beaches. After all, the focus here is on freedom, not exploitation. Before we continue, I have a 10-second request for all of you. If you can help us out, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to us. In return, we promise to keep making this show even better for you. Deal? When people think of Brazil, one thing that often stands out is the vibrant music and dance culture. Many visitors leave saying Brazilians were born to dance, and it's easy to see why. Brazilian music is as diverse and colorful as the culture itself. Samba, one of the country's most famous dances, is closely tied to the image of Brazil, especially during Carnival. But why is samba so iconic? Samba combines energetic rhythms with graceful, captivating dance moves that immediately draw people in. The history of Brazilian music is a fascinating blend of influences, sacred and profane, rural and urban, and a mix of indigenous, Portuguese, African, and Hispanic cultures. This blend has given Brazil's music its unique and unmistakable character. But samba isn't the only dance that defines Brazilian culture. Forró, with its upbeat tempo, and capoeira, a mix of martial arts and dance, also play significant roles. These performances are more than just entertainment, they're a celebration of tradition, pride, and cultural identity. In Brazil, dance is a way of life. It represents joy, excitement, and the famous Brazilian warmth. Whether it's samba at carnival or capoeira in the streets, dance is woven into the daily fabric of life, offering a unique window into the spirit of this fascinating country. Curious about what else sets Brazil apart? Stay tuned. The OK gesture, which many people see as a sign of approval or agreement worldwide, takes on a completely different and offensive meaning in Brazil. In Brazilian culture, making a circle with your thumb and forefinger while keeping the other fingers raised is considered highly vulgar. It's the equivalent of flipping someone off, essentially a very crude insult about a person's body, specifically their backside. This cultural misunderstanding reached global headlines back in the year 1958 during a major diplomatic visit. U.S. Vice President Richard Nixon, unaware of the gesture's offensive meaning, flashed the OK sign during his time in Brazil. What he thought was a simple, friendly gesture offended a large number of Brazilians. The media caught on, and this incident became a prime example of how important it is to understand local customs when traveling abroad, especially in the realm of international diplomacy. Did you know that in Brazil, touching someone's head is seen as a major cultural taboo? While Brazil is known for its warm, tactile culture, where hugs, kisses, and handshakes are part of everyday life, things change dramatically when it comes to the head. In Brazilian cultural beliefs, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body. But why is that? This belief has deep roots, drawing from a mix of indigenous and Afro-Brazilian traditions. In these traditions, the head is often viewed as the seat of a person's spirit or soul. So when someone touches your head without permission, it's not just invading personal space, it's seen as disturbing your spiritual well-being. Pretty intense, right? It's fascinating how this taboo stands out in a society where physical closeness is generally encouraged and accepted. In most cases, Brazilians welcome physical contact, whether it's a handshake, a warm embrace, or a friendly pat on the back. However, when it comes to the head, a different rule applies. The message is clear: don't go there without consent. This cultural rule reflects something much deeper about Brazilian values around respect, spirituality, and personal boundaries. It reminds us how important it is to be aware of local customs, especially when interacting in a culture as physically expressive as Brazil's. So, next time you're in Brazil, think twice before reaching for someone's head. It's about more than just politeness. When visiting Brazil, you might notice that not every food is easy to eat, especially if you're unfamiliar with the local customs. But here's something to keep in mind. No matter how challenging a dish may be, showing any sign of displeasure is a big no-no. Why? In Brazilian culture, food is treated with deep respect, and any negative reaction could be seen as offensive. Another interesting thing to note is that in Brazil, it's considered taboo to eat with your hands, especially in formal settings. Brazilians have a strong preference for using utensils, with most people holding their fork in their left hand and their knife in their right. Even for casual foods like pizza, sandwiches, or fried chicken, it's common to use a paper napkin or even cut the pizza with a knife and fork. And if you're thinking about enjoying some ice cream or chewing gum while strolling through the streets, think again. For adults, it's considered impolite to do so in public spaces while walking. So how do these customs compare to the food etiquette in your country? What would be the hardest for you to adjust to? Let us know in the comments. In Brazil, one of the most fascinating and unusual taboos is the ban on whistling at night. But what's behind this curious restriction? Well, it's rooted in ancient superstitions and very real concerns. Centuries ago, whistling after dark was believed to summon spirits, attract thieves, or even bring misfortune to those nearby. Some even say that thieves used whistling as a secret form of communication, creating a sense of fear and confusion in communities. As time passed, these beliefs evolved, becoming local customs or even rules in certain regions of Brazil. While this may seem odd to outsiders, it's a practice that sparked social tensions and debate. Brazil isn't the only place with this superstition. Japan, too, has similar beliefs, where whistling at night is thought to attract snakes or even ghosts. Now, here's something that surprises many people worldwide: the way Brazilians enjoy avocados. While in countries like the United States and Mexico, avocados are mostly used in savory dishes like guacamole, Brazil takes a completely different approach. Have you ever heard of sweet avocado dishes? In Brazil, it's common to eat avocados with sugar and lime, and they're often used in desserts like creme de abacate, which is a smooth and creamy abacate dessert, or blended into refreshing smoothies. Interestingly, Brazil is one of the largest producers of avocados in the world, but most of its consumption stays within the country. And what do Brazilians do with all these avocados? They make them sweet. It's a fascinating contrast to how the rest of the world uses this fruit. In Brazil, drinking beer is more than just enjoying a cold beverage. It's a key part of social life. Brazilians don't typically drink alone, as alcohol is often linked to connection and interaction with others. Whether it's with friends, family, or even coworkers, beer is seen as a way to foster communication and build community. But what's even more interesting? In Brazil, it's customary to share your drink, even with strangers. Picture this: you have a large 700-milliliter bottle of beer in hand. Instead of downing it yourself, you pour a small cup for yourself and others around you. It's an unspoken rule of hospitality, making beer not just a drink but a social invitation. With vibrant celebrations like Carnival and countless social gatherings throughout the year, it's no surprise that Brazil ranks among the top consumers of beer globally. Beer and wine flow freely at these events, creating a lively, festive atmosphere. One of the most surprising taboos in Brazil is the act of pointing with your feet. While this gesture might seem harmless to many, it carries significant weight in Brazil and other cultures around the world. But what exactly makes this action so offensive? In Brazil, pointing with your feet is considered a serious insult, linked to deep cultural beliefs about hygiene and respect. The feet are seen as the dirtiest part of the body, so using them to gesture toward a person or an object can cause real offense. It's a sign of disrespect, and it's something that people from outside the country often misunderstand. This cultural norm isn't just unique to Brazil. In several Southeast Asian countries, such as Thailand and Malaysia, the feet are considered spiritually and physically inferior. Pointing with them is seen as extremely disrespectful, and violating this norm can lead to strong reactions. The gesture, when done accidentally by a foreigner, often leads to shocked looks and even social backlash. This is a perfect example of how cultural context shapes communication. It's a powerful reminder that when traveling abroad, even the smallest actions can create misunderstandings, sometimes with unexpected consequences. So, the next time you visit Brazil or anywhere with similar customs, remember to be mindful of how you move, even your feet. Have you heard of Snake Island off the coast of Brazil? Ilha da Queimada Grande is known as one of the most dangerous places on Earth, and for good reason. Covering over 430,000 square meters, this island is home to an estimated 2,000 to 4,000 golden lancehead vipers, one of the world's deadliest snakes. With an average of 5 venomous snakes per square meter, it's not a place you'd want to visit. The golden lancehead viper's bite can cause excruciating pain, swelling, vomiting, internal bleeding, and even kidney failure. Without immediate medical attention, muscle tissue destruction can occur within just 2 hours. This dense population of snakes is a constant threat, and with no natural predators, they reproduce freely. According to legend, the last residents of the island were the family of a lighthouse keeper in the year 1920. The story goes that snakes entered their home through the windows, leading to the tragic death of the entire family. Some even say pirates introduced these snakes to protect the buried treasure, but that remains a mystery. Today, the Brazilian government strictly prohibits access to the island. Only Navy personnel, researchers, and filmmakers are allowed, and their visits are tightly controlled to ensure their safety while studying the island's unique ecosystem. Would you risk stepping foot on Snake Island? In Brazil, certain colors carry deep cultural meaning, and two that stand out are black and purple. These colors are often avoided in everyday clothing because of their strong ties to mourning and death. Purple, for instance, is traditionally associated with misfortune and is primarily worn during funerals. Black, on the other hand, is linked to sadness and solemn events, such as memorials and burials. Wearing these colors casually can raise eyebrows, especially in celebratory settings where vibrant and cheerful colors are the norm. Now, this might come as a shock to outsiders, especially when you consider that in many parts of the world, purple symbolizes royalty or spirituality, while black is often seen as elegant or formal. So how did these colors end up with such different meanings in Brazil? The answer lies in the country's rich cultural heritage, where associations with grief have remained deeply ingrained. If you ever visit Brazil, it's a good idea to embrace the country's love for bright, lively colors. Red, yellow, and green are especially popular and carry positive connotations, representing the warmth, energy, and spirit of the nation. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. GlobeGo, your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that's appearing on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love the content. Comment below on the next country you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.